What is up, everyone? Welcome to today's reaction video. And if you're seeing this introduction, it means that this video was filmed as part of our monthly Patreon live stream. All that means for any new viewers to the channel is that anytime throughout the video that you might see, once I've paused the video to make comments, you might see a little cut or a little edit there. All that means is I've taken a moment to interact with my live chat and then come back to the reaction. You haven't missed anything in terms of the reaction itself. I will always pick up from where I'm up to or just before it, so you haven't missed out on anything. It just is time for me to engage with the chat and continue the party that we absolutely have during every one of these live reaction streams. So we're going to get into today's reaction, but before we do, please check out the original in the link below once you're done here. And if you want to be a part of these live reactions in future, check me out over on my Patreon. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Let's go. Let's get into it. Kevin's fifth.
This next part of the show is so mind-blowing. It's all about Kevin Alushala, our beatboxer, and how unbelievably talented he is in every single way. It's incredible. I know a lot of you know this story, but for those of you who don't, Kirsty, Mitch, and I grew up in Arlington, Texas. That's where Pentatonix started, with the three of us. And then we wanted to be on the show The Sing Off on NBC 10 years ago, 11 years ago. But we could not find a beatboxer anywhere, and the show was coming up fast. And in an act of desperation, we went on YouTube, and we typed in beatboxers. Enter. And the first...
I love the dramatic flair of the typing and enter. It's just, he put so much sass in the way that he was typing and doing enter. I love it.
Enter. And the first video to come up, which happened to be going viral that week, was a video of Kevin playing cello and beatboxing simultaneously. That's how we reacted as well. And we were like, oh my gosh, we found the guy, we found him. How do we message him? YouTube message? I didn't even know that was a thing, but we were like, let's try it. So we YouTube messaged him and we were like, hey man, if you're free, would you like to fly across the country and audition for a TV show with some strangers? And he was like, he actually responded, and he was like, you know, I normally would be so down, like I love acapella, I've been in an acapella group before, but I'm studying for finals to get my pre-med major at Yale. The list keeps going.
I love hearing these stories of what these guys almost ended up doing. We've had people who almost ended up as teachers, as a whole bunch of different stuff. And it's just mind-blowing to picture these incredible artists doing anything other than what they do. It's mind-blowing to me to think that this guy could have wound up doing anything with medicine instead of what he's doing, because it's shocking.
No, I was like, oh, same. Very relatable, Kevin. So, no, but I was like, okay, so that's a done deal. So we forgot about it, but then 2 weeks later, he messaged again. He was like, great news, got the pre-med major. Also, a doctor, a scholar.
Dr. Kevin's about to hit us with some serious beatboxing, and I'm not ready for it. I'm gonna need a doctor after this, actually.
And he was like, and I'm also down to fly across the country and audition for the show with you. So he did. And then we won the show, and we haven't stopped for 11 years.
11 years.
And I'll leave it up to the imagination how the conversation went with his parents, who are here tonight. I know I just got my pre-med major, but can I be a professional beatboxer? Please.
A professional beatboxer for an a cappella group, because, you know, parents would just think that there's such a career in that. They would just look at that and go, yeah, you know, people make it big on the radio all the time with that. I've heard of so many platinum selling albums that are a cappella. It would just, yeah, that's wow.
Anyways, he's about to do his cello boxing for you, which is what he did in the first video that we saw. So give it up for Kevin Alushala!
Man, thank y'all so much. This has been such an incredible night. Like, we love y'all so much, and this is truly one of my favorite. I love you 2. And can I say, I have been excited for this show for a while because this is a hometown show for me. This is a hometown show for me.
If that isn't the coolest looking cello you've ever seen in your life, you're lying to me. That thing looks wicked. That doesn't even look like a cello. I don't know what it looks like, but it don't look like a cello. That's sick looking. I love how it's just designed in such a cool way.
For those that don't know, I'm from Owensboro, Kentucky. That's where I grew up. So Kentucky, thanks for making my band feel like we're at home right now. Thank you all so much. So like Scott said, the band found me from a viral YouTube video. Literally, this is me practicing cello in my dorm, and one of my friends, Jake Bruin, comes to me and says, have you ever thought about putting this thing that you're doing, this cello boxing thing, on YouTube? So literally, we go to an old dingy basement in my college. He brings a video camera, and this is what I play for him.
Cello has such a unique sound. I feel like I've seen from the two cello guys that do like Thunderstruck and all that. It can be used in so many unique and interesting ways that it can't be boxed in as an instrument. Like, it's so cool the way the cello can be used. This was not the sound I was expecting to come out of it when he started playing it. But it sounds gorgeous. It sounds absolutely stunning. And like I said, I love the design of it. The fact that it's like just hollow and sitting there, so cool. I'm so curious to know. I would love to talk to this man or anyone who does anything even remotely like this, which I don't think there's anyone in the world who could. Because I just want to know in his head if it's a thing of he knows how to play the cello so effortlessly. On top of being a doctor, by the way. On top of being a doctor, he's learned to play the cello so effortlessly and has it so ingrained in his brain that he can be thinking about beatboxing while playing it, or if it's the reverse, that he's such a natural talent at beatboxing that he can manage to be focusing on playing the cello while he's doing it. Because I gotta tell you, I cannot text and brush my teeth at the same time without going like this with my phone. I can't do those two things at the same time. I can't hold a conversation while walking without tripping my ass over. So the fact that he can do these two things at once does not compute with my brain at all.
Thank you.
So cool.
So that piece is called Julio by Mark Summer, who's part of the Turtle Island String Quartet, and that piece completely changed my life. I now have this amazing career with 4 of the most incredible people I know. And this cello boxing thing I've been doing now for almost 12 years, one of the things I've realized about it is that I actually love taking classical pieces and trying to reinvent them in my own way. So I thought tonight I'd play an excerpt of the Bach Prelude from the Cello Suite No. 1. I hope you all enjoy this.
He's gonna beatbox to Bach. Bach. Either way, this will be interesting. This will be crazy. First of all, so With classical music, I have a weird thing. I know the songs. Look at me, I'm literally rubbing goosebumps right now. I know the songs when I hear them, but I don't know a lot of the times who the composers were or what, like, this is their 5th symphony or their 12th symphony or whatever it is. A lot of times I won't know those things. So, like, there's been different random songs, whether they're from classical music or even sometimes from, like, operas or things like that, or ballets or that, where I won't know where it's come from. But then I'll hear it and be like, oh yeah, I know this. So yes, I know this song. I know this piece of classical music, and it's going to be nuts when he gets into it. But right now, all my head can focus on is that it feels like my head is attached to the bowstring of the cello, because I can't help but sit here going along with it. And as soon as I caught myself doing, I'm like, no, sit still. It just gives me that effect of wanting to move along with it, though. It's a great piece of music. Anyway, let's keep going. I love how if you look at his face, you can see him feeling the music. Like, the eyes are either closed or almost closed, and he's doing the same thing as me of not being able to control himself by grooving along with the song as he's playing it. And it's just, every time I've seen someone play cello, especially at like a professional style level, like I said with those 2 cellos guys, it's never just that they're sitting there going like that. They have to be going along with it and really vibing with the music. I'm gonna stop you for a second there. I'm gonna stop you, Kevin, because I am almost dancing to classical music. Sir, you need to calm down. This is giving me all the vibes of there's been things I've been seeing on like my TikTok lately of where they've taken classical songs and turned them into dance remixes. And this is giving me those vibes. Kevin was the trendsetter. He started that whole thing. I'm gonna call it right now. He started it because this is, I want to get up and dance to this. That he did. I loved that. It was such a. It's so cool. That was absolutely wicked. Come on. That was nuts. Oh my god. Am I the only one who wants a full Pentatonix version of that? Like him on the cello doing the beatboxing, but then I so wanted to hear Avi do some kind of like a bass drop through that. It would have been sick if they just had, even if it was just Kevin and Avi doing the beatboxing and Avi doing some bass through it, it would have been so freaking epic. But this was epic on its own. Do not get me wrong there at all. This was incredible. But I'd love to see what they could do adding the rest of the vocals in there, because it'd be nuts.
Thank you so much. Man.
That was insane.
Thank you so much. Oh man, thank y'all so much. This has been such an amazing year, and it feels like this journey is still not done. This past year, I have been going deeper in my own soul, trying to be more vulnerable and figure out what I artistically want to say next. And this next piece that I've arranged and produced, I think is the culmination of that year-long search. And you'll know the piece that this is based on and inspired by. This is called Kevin's Fifth.
I'm gonna just put it out there because I'm noticing myself doing it more and more. If you had told me, okay, I started doing these reactions to acapella in February, no, March, start of March, okay? I started doing reactions to acapella then. I'd barely heard any acapella before then. I'd heard a bit of Pentatonix and that was it. That was the Pentatonix and Glee. That was my acapella knowledge, and Glee isn't even acapella most of the time. It's only really the warblers that do it. Either way, if you had told me in January that I would get to the point where I am wanting to get up out of my chair and dance like I'm in a nightclub while listening to someone just do beatboxing, and some classical music in the background, I'd have called you a liar. I would have said you're crazy. And yet so often I am finding myself with these a cappella songs, both from Pentatonix and from all the other groups I react to, either wanting to get up out of my chair and completely dance or lose my mind and headbang and rock out. And I never thought that was possible with a cappella. So it goes to show the immense talent from a beatboxing standpoint that Kevin has, because yeah, this has music in it, and yeah, it has him playing cello, but it's still his beatboxing that's bringing all of the percussion to this. And it's nuts that I want to get up and dance to someone beatboxing. It is insane talent. What in the name of the good Lord in heaven above was that? I didn't even know what you could. He just went electric guitar with it. That was the cello, right? Did that man just go full electric guitar on the cello like the two cello guys do, but sounding insanely? What is happening? I am blown away by that. I need to hear that again. By the way, I'm gonna put it out there. I love seeing Matt. Matt's killing it on the drums. It's not his playing at all, but you're gonna tell me why you'll need to tell me why Kevin sounds better as the beatboxing than the actual real drums do. The actual real drums don't sound as good. It's mind-blowing. That is me right now. That is me during this reaction. Those guys dancing at me because I cannot sit still with this. I'm glad they brought dancers out because this deserves to be danced too. That boom, 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 that was sickeningly awesome. That was insane. Can you imagine being so skilled at something, being so skilled at beatboxing that you can confidently do it with two dancers and know that they are going to be able to dance and vibe to this in that way?
Yeah, yeah, come on, put your hands together and clap, 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 clap. Kevin Smith, we're going great.
Is that Matt just being like the ultimate hype man as Kevin goes off? Because I love that so much if it is. I think that's whose voice I'm hearing. But yeah, he's just like being the best hype man in the world right there.
Come on.
Fancy little flourish with the stick there. And yes, indeed, Kevin does have some hella moves. That man could dance when he was dancing around the stage there. He was so good. That exhausted me by watching it. That was so good. I feel tired after watching it because I could not stop moving the entire time I was listening to it. That is the level of this man's talent where you cannot disrespect it by sitting still while you hear it. Your whole body just naturally has to move because that's what his voice demands. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys all so much for watching today's reaction video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment below and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The channel's growing so fast and it all means so much to me, so please subscribe if you haven't. Also check out the original video from today's reaction in the link below. Go and give it some love and some likes because it so deserves it. Furthermore, if you want to be a part of these live streams in future and have your song suggestions be a part of the live stream, check me out over on Patreon. We have tiers over there for voting in the weekly polls, TV show reactions, movie reactions, these live streams, and also monthly reaction requests that are guaranteed for you that you will have seen in the past with the shout outs on them. So check me out over on Patreon. Other than that, I will be back tomorrow with another reaction video. Till then, have a great day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, all of that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.